Well, good morning. So it's another day for another walk, and this time we're doing something a little bit different. Today I've come to West Dorset and I'm starting my walk at Simmons, Brey, and behind me is Simmons Church. So I'll tell you all about the walk in a minute, but I just want to pop in the church and we'll have a look round that. And then I'll pick you up afterwards and tell you all about this walk, which is going to be a really good one. So this is St. John the Baptist at Simmonsbury, built late 12th to 13th century, which is early English style church, and it has this beautiful honey coloured stone, really pretty. And we'll have a little walk inside and this is what they call a squint, I think, so that the people who are sat in the transept here can see the altar. It's like a little window. Beautiful stone. It's actually quite a bright church with this huge window at the west end. Just makes it nice and bright. Stained glass is beautiful, but it does shut out the light. Interestingly, up there are some steps which presumably go up into the tower, but there doesn't seem to be a way of reaching them, so I assume there must have been a ladder. Such beautiful colours in these stained glass windows. Really nice. There's a fantastic door. Amazing. Right, time to walk. There's a cafe. A bit early yet for me. I haven't done any walking yet. That's pretty amazing, huh? That actually will be a feature of the walk today. So yes, I've come down to West Dorset this morning to do a walk, and we started at Simmons, Brey, which is just outside of Bridport, and I've got a route which is theoretically 8 miles. Knowing me, it'll wind up being 10 or more by the time I've detoured a few times, but the main thing about the walk is it explores some of these wonderful West Dorset Holloways. They come later on in the walk, although we've already seen one back there, which is where the road goes over, which is a Holloway. So yes, we take in 3 Holloways, well, at least 3. Ven Lane, Hell Lane and Shoots Lane. They are 3 of West Dorset's Holloways, and there are more, and we'll probably pick up various Holloways on the route, smaller Holloways. So it should be a really good day. The sun's deserted me for now, so it's a bit dull, but it's meant to brighten up. In fact, it's bright over there on the hill already. Not on me. But this is a really lovely area to walk down here. There are so many walks, footpaths, and interesting footpaths as well. I've got a number of routes here, so this certainly won't be the last time we come down to West Dorset. Anyway, so I hope you're going to join me on this walk. It should be a really good one, and I have to say the Holloways are absolutely amazing. They have to be seen. They are such mysterious places and ancient, and I will tell you all about them later on when we get there. It's one of these funky styles. So can I do it with one hand? Nope. Yeah. Cool style, huh? We're up in the woods for a bit. So Simmons Brey is actually a lovely place. I love the honey coloured stone. It's always kind of Cotswold colour. But it's yeah, it's a really nice village. It's quite a busy village. And while I was at the church, I could hear the children playing in the school playground, which is a lovely sound, I always think. But it gets its name originally from, as far as I know, a Viking chief whose name was Sigemund, plus an Old English word which means hill or barrow. So that's where Simmons Brey comes from. Originally it came under Cerne Abbey, so it was all part of Cerne Abbey land and ownership. And historically, I think the main occupation here was growing flax and hemp for the kind of rope and net making industry of Bridport. But the church is lovely, pretty church, as is the village. But we've left that behind now, and we are currently heading east out of Simmons Brey. I'm going to do a big loop, so we will finish up with the 3 Holloways, and we've got the sun. How nice is that? And in fact, we're already into another Holloway. You can see this is sunken by the way the sides rise up. So this is a sunken path, which is of course where Holloway comes from. It apparently comes from an Old English expression, hola weg, or hola veg, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but which means sunken path. And Holloways are a feature of this part of Dorset anyway, because it's soft sandstone, so sandstone is easily eroded. So with hooves, feet, cartwheels down through the centuries, the ground gets eroded away. Heavy rain naturally runs off the land down these lanes and washes the surface off, and then more hooves, feet, cartwheels break it up again, and so the process goes on, and so the lane gets deeper and deeper down through the centuries. And there's some amazing ones coming later on, but really intriguing. I think I love Holloways, and I love the way the trees hang out of the top, because often they are overlaid with trees. They are amazing, mysterious places. And we're in another one. These are very much supporting acts, has to be said, for Hell Lane and Shoots Lane that come later. So there's a lot of interest around Holloways actually. On my written blog that I run, although I've moved across more to video now, I've put up a number of entries on Holloways, and they by far and away the most popular posts I've put up, and they get so many hits, so many people interested in Holloways. Every time they feature anywhere on television or whatever, my hit numbers go up, and I think it's just this mystery around them. And I love walking them. I think this is just amazing, so beautiful. hedgerows are beginning to look nice now with the cow parsley, and even this, just this grass. I love grass. For me, it doesn't have to be anything like brightly coloured, like flowers or whatever, much as I love them. I just love greenery. And cow parsley, I always think, is so lovely when that lines the paths. So we're out in the clear, open country now. And there's unfortunately a helicopter who's buzzing around here. I don't know why. He's rather spoiling the peace of my walk. Well, I've had the noise of helicopters. Now I've got the noise of tractors. This is a rather lovely little bit of woodlands that we're dropping down through. And that's a cottage over there in the trees. It's like a lovely place to live. Very nice. Oh, that is nice. What a lovely garden. Bit pristine for me. I like mine a bit wild. What an awesome view that is. Absolutely beautiful. And over in the distance, over there on top of the hill, is Colmer's Hill with its stand of pine trees on top. And that follows us all day. We'll meet him later. Well, they've got a very nice view, especially now the sun's come out. I love these fields. With the wind blowing across it, it looks like waves rolling across the sea. Oh, I think it's beautiful. So we've actually joined the Monarch's Way for a time on a wide farm track, which makes for easy walking. And it's a nice blue sky now. That's a grand view. Awesome. We're getting closer to Colmer's Hill now. But we will get up close and personal later on, because that's the way back. That's a lovely hillside path here that we're currently walking along. And I love the way someone's planted a line of trees all along this path, which is really nice. And not only that, but back there was actually a seat that looked out onto the view over there. but unfortunately somebody was already on it. There were people on it already. Not enough space for even little me. Never mind, because it's lunchtime, so I need to find somewhere that I can stop, I think. So we've reached the top of the ridge, and this is the view down the other side. Not actually going down there yet. We will go down through that valley later on. At the moment I'm going to follow the ridgetop path, and even on the ridgetop we're in a kind of holloway. Look, fence on one side's up there, and up there we are in a sunken path. Hello. You're brave, aren't you? How come you're not running away? You know there's a fence between us. Oh, and there's your little offspring. Oh, they're sweet, aren't they? Yes. Lovely. So we've been walking, and still am walking, Henwood Hill, which is the ridge path I'm on. But this hill, we skirt round this, we don't go over it, but this hill is actually called Jan's Hill, and I'm intrigued to know who Jan was and who it's named after. We don't actually go over it, we skirt beside it. But we've still got great views all around us. And we continue following the ridgetop path. I have to say, this part of the ridgetop path has been really boggy. Water obviously sits in here. Oh, seem to be disturbing them. Sorry guys. That's not a bad view to walk into, is it? In fact, we can see the sea over there, look. So that must be Charmouth, I would guess. Well, one of those down there will be Charmouth. And probably Lyme Regis. Amazing field of buttercups. Seems to be quite a lot of those here. That is beautiful. Whole field full of them. It's amazing. Really lovely. Such an awesome path. In fact, it's so lovely it's almost good enough to stop for lunch, because I haven't had lunch yet. As always, I'm late. but I think this could be a pretty good place to sit. That was an awesome lunch spot. Beautiful, sitting there watching, just looking at the view and enjoying the sun, and it's really warm because we're out of the wind here. That was absolutely lovely. And I almost lost my walking pole again. It's happened before in a previous video. It had fallen down, and so it was hidden in the grass, and I got up, started walking, and I realised quickly, fortunately, otherwise I would have to climb back up this hill again. Anyway, we are now heading towards the first of the three main Holloways. This one is Ven Lane, which we will be joining very shortly. Well, that was really confusing. I was looking for a left turn. Sign there says straight on. Couldn't find the path anywhere. This is barbed wire. But on the other side of this post is a sign that points down there. So it looks like I'm meant to climb under or over a barbed wire fence in order to get down that path, which is where I've got to go. Weird. Oh, I've still not reached the Holloway yet. The makings of it are down to the right. They do drop down into it, I believe, at some point. Well, I'd say that was a lovely meadow. Oh, a great mix of plants, flowers and things in there. Amazing. But we're going to leave it now because we are dropping down into the Ven Lane Holloway. I hope. Oh. Well, this is every bit as boggy as I remember it from my last trip. So this is Ven Lane, and further up the Holloway is quite overgrown. But it's interesting how I said earlier that Holloways have become popular. There's a lot of interest in them, and my blog posts are testament to that. But it's interesting to know why. I guess it might partly be to do with Robert McFarlane, who brought out a book called Holloway, which was based on one of the Holloways here. I don't think he's specific about which, but having looked at it, I think it's this one, because his description appears to fit this Holloway, especially where it's overgrown. So it might be something to do with that. It might be to do with Geoffrey Household. He produced a book called Rogue Male. It was a novel actually, but the antagonist, or the hero in this book, basically escaped and hid out in a Holloway down here. Not specific, it's probably not a specific Holloway, but that was a book that probably added to the interest in Holloways, because they're kind of hidden and mysterious. And of course it's featured on a few television programs over recent years, so I think people have just kind of, it's caught people's imaginations a bit in the same way as it has mine, because they are fascinating places. So I've reached the bottom of Ven Lane. I've come off it and onto this lane, which actually just goes to the farm, Ven Farm really. I think actually you can go through, but it's not a traffic laden road by a long way. But this is basically North Chiddock, or is taking me into North Chiddock, which unsurprisingly is a little hamlet that is just north of Chiddock. Chiddock being the main village. Village or town, I don't know. Anyway, we won't touch the main one because it's a busy road. So we'll be going off down here, we'll be going off to the left, or heading east again, and joining Hell Lane. And judging by how boggy Ven Lane was back there, I should imagine Hell Lane might well be the same, but that's okay. This is North Chiddock, another lovely little hamlet. Don't know if it's a village, I'm not sure. But some nice cottages here, and that is a lovely wisteria. Always love wisterias, don't know why, they don't last all that long in spring, do they? But so pretty. It might look alright at this stage when it's tarmacked, but it doesn't stay that way. I hope that doesn't apply to foot traffic. Because I think probably these are boats. Byways open to all traffic. So I assume it applies to traffic, not to me. Fingers crossed. Well, I said I thought this would be bad. It is in fact a river, which it quite often is, to be fair. But that's okay, we don't mind. So Hell Lane and Shoots Lane are part of that ancient superhighways network that crisscrossed the whole of Dorset, and indeed the whole of the country, centuries ago. So this would have been a main through route, a medieval motorway as I call it, effectively. carrying all manner of traffic. So it could be like drovers driving cattle and other livestock from farm to market. It could have been pilgrims en route to one of the abbeys, Cerne Abbey maybe. It would have been a highway which would have probably carried goods, which would be heading for the seaports. It would of course been a route taken by horsemen, and maybe, I don't know with this one specifically, but some of them would have been stagecoach roads as well, heading for the cities. So you can imagine the amount of traffic that would have used this in centuries past, and therefore the amount of erosion that would have happened, because the number of carts that would have come up here, as well as cattle and sheep and all the rest of it, it would have chewed the surface up badly, which then would have got washed away by the river, which you can see. Washing the surface away and all the loose stuff, and then the process is repeated. Break up the surface because it's soft sandstone, wash away with the rain, and so gradually the track became deeper and deeper, and we see it particularly further up. It gets a lot deeper than this, and this one, well, Shoots Lane certainly, and I think probably Hell Lane as well, probably wasn't helped by the fact that at the top on the ridge is Quarry Hill, and stone was quarried there and used to build, certainly build Simmons Brey. I suspect it was probably used at Chiddock as well, and you can imagine carts laden with stone being brought down here with horses, how that would have chewed up the surface as well. So yes, a lot is added to the formation of these Holloways. That's pretty eroded. So we're gradually climbing up towards Quarry Cross, which is the top of the ridge, where there's a track that takes you to the Quarry Hill. In fact, it's a meeting point of, I think it's 5 tracks actually meet there, 5 ancient tracks. So it's the kind of, I think I've said this before, it's kind of the spaghetti junction, medieval or ancient spaghetti junction equivalent. And as you walk up here, kind of almost feels like you're walking underground, because the trees are arching above. Making it feel like a tunnel. And it's damp. We've got ferns and all of the usual damp kind of plants in here. It's like, I don't know, it's almost like you're walking through an underground rabbit burrow or something. That's how it feels to me. You almost expect to see a giant rabbit coming, or I don't know, some other creature, weird creature. Seeing all this crud puts you off walking it, don't let it, because it is an awesome place to come. Trust me, I love it. Really enjoy walking these Holloways. And they're not always called Holloways, by the way. Depends on where you are. But in some places they're called chutes. Some places they're called bostles. Some places apparently they're called grundles. But here we call them Holloways. Just to give you a demonstration of the mud. And that goes down a long way. Another bad bit. I was actually inspired to write a poem about these Holloways when I came here once, some time ago, a long time ago in fact. So I'll see if I can add that in as a voiceover. And we're getting deeper now.
There's a road, take me there. There's a road, take me there. Sunken rain can't resist. Under the leaves can't resist.
Seems to me like you can almost sense the presence of all the people that have walked down here. You think about it, up there at ground level, centuries ago this wouldn't have been a Holloway, it would have just been a main track. People walking up there. How many hundreds of years ago was that? Come down a bit, maybe here. Maybe that's a couple hundred years later. Same down here. And gradually as you come down until you reach the bottom where we are, 21st century people walking. And it's almost that sense of everybody that's walked down this path is almost kind of recorded in the walls. Does that make sense? I just find them magical and mysterious places, and it's that thought, I think, that really brings out the mystery. That tree up there growing out of the rock was growing at ground level at one time probably. Now it's at least 20 feet up, maybe more. And there's lots of carvings. Oh, he's created a face. There's quite a few of those. Just look at it, the roots. They are just amazing. Look at this root. It's incredible. Absolutely amazing place. So I've reached the top of the ridge now, and this is Quarry Hill, which is where the stone would have been quarried from, and it would have been brought down this track. And from here it would have either gone down to North Chiddock, could have been taken along the top of the ridge I guess, or down to Simmons, Brey, which is where I'm going to head now. And before we head down Shoots Lane back to Simmons, Brey, just take a look at Colmer's Hill in the distance. Absolutely iconic, this hill, can be seen for miles. It's probably the most photographed hill in Dorset, if not the whole of England, I would think. So many photographers use this at sunrise or sunset. It goes back to the 11th century. It's actually named after the Colmer family, and Reverend Colmer was a rector of Simmonsbury Church at one time, and it's actually a memorial, would you believe? The trees, there are 12 trees on top, or were, I don't know if there still are. They were planted in memory of 12 local people who were killed in the First World War. It's just, yeah, it's iconic. There is a permissive path to climb up it, but I probably won't do that today. We'll head off down Shoots Lane instead. So we're heading down Shoots Lane now, and I'm going to stop waffling on at this point, and I think I will just film, and then I'll add my poem as a voiceover later.
Sorrow, take me there. There's a road.
A world of mystery down below, a place of doom where all fear to go. Dark by night, eerie by day, this is the Dorset Holloway. A path that once was above the ground, foot, hoof and wheel has worn it down. For centuries man has come this way, creating the Dorset Holloway. Timeless travellers passing along, many centuries since time began. Different people, different age, the historic Dorset Holloway. Who were these folk? Why were they here? Ghosts of the past? Fleeting and rare, spirits in the walls of this sunken lane, the mysterious Dorset Holloway.
Lift me up, lift my heart, walk with me.
The walls each side show heritage clear, etched in their faces year on year. Through different ages, the path worn away, the ancient Dorset Holloway. With roots either side and branch overhead, trees arch above, their arms outspread, creating a darkness to keep out the day, the shadowy Dorset Holloway.
Take me there. There's a
stuff of fiction as well as fact, at times overgrown with brambles packed, a haven for nature's pleasant bouquet, the nature-filled Dorset Holloway. An underground warren of time-worn ways, a labyrinth where birds, bugs, bats play, with damp plants aplenty growing from clay, the musty Dorset Holloway.
There's a road, take me there. There's a road, take me there. There's a road, take me.
A secret world of hobgoblins rare, tricks of mind and raising of hair, such the effect you fear to stray in the spectral Dorset Holloway.
Back in time, lift me up, lift my heart, walk with me, and the ghosts, all our lives journeyed through. There's a road.
But explore these paths with open mind, follow the route wherever they wind, be amazed at the things that there lay, the evocative Dorset Holloway.
We travel
Well, we're at the bottom of Shoots Lane now. So Simmons Brey is just a short distance down there. So this is a good time to sign off the video, I think. So it's been an awesome day. Absolutely loved it. It's just magical, especially the Holloways and Shoots Lane and Hell Lane. They're just phenomenal. There's something magic about them which I love, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And I hope you enjoyed the poem as well. It's just been a great day and I've absolutely loved it. So thanks so much for coming with me. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share as well. That would be great. But yeah, thanks for coming with me. And for now, this is me, the Dorset Rambler, saying, until next time.